Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at BitMine immersion stock, a stock which in the past day is falling by 4.28%. After the past 5-day trend has been read and we see this one fall by almost 17% in the 5-day period, the question on a lot of people's minds is what comes next, especially considering this massive rise that we've seen and how much of the gain we have now given back. Again, we'll be asking that question in today's video. I'll be showing you the levels that I personally am looking at. At the same time, do remember that this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor, so you should always do your own research. Now that I've said that, we might as well jump in. Again, if you enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. Let's go. Now, the first thing that I want to focus on here is actually the more prolonged trend, and this is very important. It becomes very important when we are considering this price increase. You guys will obviously know the massive rise that we've seen from levels way further down, around $5. Then we've seen rises well in excess of 50, 60, right? Nearing onto 100 and more. Now the question in a lot of people's minds is, where do we go? Well, I think there's every likelihood now, not even possibility, in my head likelihood, especially after we didn't see the pattern that we wanted, we didn't see these levels hold up, I think there's every likelihood that we're going to be dropping quite a bit lower. Now, this is just my opinion, and you may disagree, but unless we get a bounce pretty soon at levels which we haven't really found previous levels of support at, arguably at this point we've only seen supports maybe here, you could argue, maybe at this point here, but really I think the likelihood now is a drop to 41, a drop to 40, a drop to 39, 38, and possibly even a push down lower than that. Now, the reason why I say this, and the reason why this is going to be a level to watch, is we have the possibility of finding our support here. Sure, that is always the case. However, with the downward pressure continuing, the next levels that we found support at relatively strongly is around $40, you know, between, let's say, 38 and 41. And the reason why I say this is because you can see, right, this is a bottom that we've bounced off of, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 times at least. Go a bit higher and you've got 5 if you want to consider it that way. Slightly higher than that, you could be looking at 1, 2, and 3. You know, the point is, and also 4 here, the point is the strongest levels for this stock to retest are going to be to the downside, not to the upside at this stage, in my opinion. That's just the way that I see it. You guys may disagree, but that's my personal viewpoint. So with that being said, what's most likely? What do I see playing out? Well, again, no one can say for sure, but based on my opinions, I'm looking at a few things. I think there's every possibility that we're going to go down to at least 42, 41 in the next couple of days. I think that's absolutely going to be a range to watch. At this point, I am personally not a buyer. I would not be buying at this range myself. If we see 40 hold, 40, 50, or maybe even into 41, things could be changing, right? If that holds. Again, we've seen this hold in the past. But the real question now is this hype? And yes, you could argue that this is going to be driven by other external factors, but this is a stock which does have a lot of hype around it, right? Does this hype continue? Does it remain? Or are we going to see this one continue to drop? So again, 40 to 41, a key level to watch out for. Below that, very easily looking to 30, 31, and if we're not able to hold on to that, then we could be looking at going significantly lower. Now, this might seem like a loss in many people's heads, but please don't see it this way, right? The reason why I'm looking for these levels, and the reason why these are going to still be great in my opinion, is because this stock is up from points at $4 to now in excess of 40. That is 10 times gains. We've got to be realistic. Locking in at 40 would not be bad if the stock was able to do it. If we're able to maintain that, hold it, and then potentially bounce, good, right? 31, still not too bad. We're up big. And it's about seeing if this one can hold these two key levels into the next week or two. That's going to be very important. But I think people do get a little bit conflated by these small green days. However, I'll be giving you more of my thoughts and opinions on this as the next week comes around. So thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please do make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe. And I hope I will see you again soon. Goodbye.